Assalamualaikum student. Today we are going to learn 8th standard chapter number 14, Measurement and Effects of Heat. In this chapter we are going to learn construction and working of calorimeter. Calorimeter is used to measure the heat content of an object. Using this equipment we can measure the heat produced or absorbed in physical or chemical process. Let us first see construction of calorimeter. A calorimeter is similar to thermoflask. It has two vessels, an inner and an outer one. Inner vessel is made up of copper. A thermometer is used to measure the temperature and stirrer for stirring liquid are fitted in it. This inner vessel is kept inside a wooden box. Its outer surface are polished to prevent loss of heat due to radiation. The space between calorimeter and wooden box is filled with non-conducting material like cotton, glass or wool to prevent loss of heat due to conduction. And then calorimeter is closed with wooden lid to minimize the loss of heat in surrounding. Let us discuss working of calorimeter now. Water is first placed in calorimeter. Initially, the temperature of inner vessel and that of water is same. When a hot object is placed in water, heat will exchange between hot object, water and calorimeter, and all three will reach same temperature after some time. As the calorimeter is thermally isolated from the surrounding, the total heat lost by hot object is equal to heat absorbed by calorimeter and water inside it. Here in this equation, QO is representing heat given away by hot object, QC is representing heat gained by calorimeter, and QW is representing heat gained by water. Let us discuss this equation in a more detail. Here QO is what? Heat given away by hot object. QC is heat absorbed by calorimeter and QW is the heat gained by water. Okay. Now, as you know, the heat lost or heat absorbed by any object, that is depend upon the specific heat capacity, and we have formula to find heat, that is equals to mass into specific heat capacity into difference in temperature, which is also be known as delta T. So here for the first one is what? Object, and this object is what? Hot object. So for first hot object, heat lost by hot object will be equals to mass of hot object into specific heat capacity of hot object into difference in temperature of hot object. As you know, temperature is what? Temperature of hot objects will reduce. Okay, finally the temperature of hot objects will reduce after we put it into a calorimeter. Okay, so here the difference over here will be difference in temperature will be equal to initial temperature of hot object minus final temperature of hot object, because initially temperature was more and finally temperature was less. So the difference will be this. Now we have to write for QC, that means heat gained by calorimeter. Now heat gained by calorimeter will be equal to mass of calorimeter into specific heat capacity of calorimeter into delta Tc. Okay, delta Tc means difference in temperature of calorimeter. Now here we have to write a difference in temperature of calorimeter, and in calorimeter initially temperature was what? Less. Afterward calorimeter will absorb heat. So here the difference will be final temperature minus initial temperature of calorimeter. Okay, so Tf minus Ti. Now we have to write for final one, which is what? Heat absorbed by water. So heat absorbed by water will be equals to mass of water into specific heat capacity of water into difference in temperature of water. So here also difference in temperature of water will be what? Will be same as calorimeter. Okay, final minus initial temperature. Now let us substitute these value in above given formula. So QO will be equals to mass of object into specific heat capacity of object into difference in temperature of object. Then QC will be equals to mass of calorimeter into specific heat capacity of calorimeter into difference in temperature of calorimeter plus mass of water into specific heat capacity of water into difference in temperature of water. So this is the formula. By using this formula we can find specific heat capacity of any object. In our next lecture we will see a numerical based on this. Thank you everyone.